In Episode 8, The Last Jedi, as Rey begs Luke Skywalker to come back with her to save the Resistance and also attempts to convince Luke to train her in the ways of the Force, Luke begins to suspect that there is something special about this girl who has been sent to find him. And in the canon novel Shadow of the Sith, it is revealed that Luke actually knew more about Rey than even he realized in The Last Jedi. In this novel, Luke Skywalker and Lando Calrissian go on a desperate search for a family who is on the run from a bounty hunter who is supposedly working for the Sith. Now, as far as Luke and pretty much all of the galaxy know, the Sith are dead, of course, but the mention of the Sith is enough to draw Luke's interest, and so with some additional persuasion from Lando, who has his own motives and reasons for wanting to protect this family, the two friends embark on this journey to find a little girl and her parents who are supposedly being pursued by the Sith. Over the course of this journey, Luke and Lando come very close to finding this family, with Lando even speaking to them, even touching the ship that they are on before it takes off, but ultimately having to send them ahead of him to escape their pursuers, and in the end, Lando draws as close as he ever gets to rescuing the family once again, but he is just moments too late. At a point in this journey, Luke and Lando decide to split up, Lando pursuing the family while Luke follows a lead on a dark enemy hiding out near the unknown regions. And so as Lando and R2 arrive in the space above Jakku, they discover a box with a homing beacon inside just floating out in space. They pull the box in, and it is here that Lando finally comes face to face with the parents he had spoken to just a short time before. The parents he'd promised to protect, to find them, to unite them with a Jedi, and to bring them, along with their daughter, to safety. But the figures he finds inside are dead, murdered, stuffed into a box, and thrown into the cold vacuum of space by Ochi of Bestoon, who then rushed to Pisana in pursuit of the couple's daughter. From there, devastated by his failure, yet still in a panic as he wondered where their daughter had gone and if Ochi had found her, Lando contacts Luke Skywalker. And together, Lando, Luke, R2-D2, and Comat, who is a former member of the Acolytes of the Beyond who was saved by Luke, gather on a frozen glacial planet called Neftali. Here, the group gives Rey's parents a proper burial and then splits up once more, regathering themselves before going in search of the missing girl once again. Lando insisting that he will not stop until she is found, and Luke agreeing that finding Ochi of Bestoon and ensuring that the girl is safe is the least that they can do. And so it is through this novel that we learn just how close Rey was to being saved by Luke Skywalker, and consequently how close the entire future of the galaxy was to going in a very different direction. Luke not only went on a hunt for Rey in his earlier years, nearly saving her and her family, but he actually saw what her parents looked like. He participated in their burial, and he knew far more about Rey than either of them could have possibly realized when they met some 13 years down the road. And the impact of Luke finding Rey, whether it was before or after her parents died, would have been absolutely cataclysmic, as Rey likely would have been trained by Luke, she and Ben Solo would have met years before they did, Rey's parents may have lived, and the information they could have offered the Jedi Master about Palpatine and the Sith would have drastically shifted the course of nearly everything that took place from that point forward. And this revelation that we come across in this book is perhaps the greatest tragedy of all when it comes to Rey, as her safety, which was ultimately ensured by her parents before their death, robbed the Sith of their prized possession, yes, but simultaneously removed Rey from the Jedi's equation as well, and thus deprived Luke, Ben, and the new Jedi Order of the girl who could have changed everything. But on that note, my friends, I am going to close this video out here, so thank you all so very much for watching. If you enjoyed this video, please remember to drop a like to support the channel before you go, subscribe to the channel for future Star Wars content, leave your thoughts on this revelation down below, and until next time, remember, the Force will be with you always.